Alright, yo, what up, guys? We got Dave here. Dave is flew in from Texas, and I haven't seen him in a minute. And today we're gonna go over pretty much Dave's story and how he just started printing with UGC, literally became a top creator in the space. And yeah, we're just gonna speed it. So yeah, any words, any intro?
Yeah, I mean, I'm Dave. I'm from Texas. I'm a UGC creator. I'm 21. Dropped out of college to pursue this full time, and have only seen success from it. And hopefully, you guys, get some value from my story.
Yeah, and now Dave runs the vault with me, and he helps run and teach creators the exact same things. He got that fucking good that quick. So I guess where the story starts is Dave is like the first two people I called up. When my first 5K month, in the first like 2 weeks of UGC, I called him and was like, yo, this is so easy. You make videos for brands and get paid a shitload of money. And we tried other content and stuff before, and just, it wasn't working. We never got paid like that. So I was working on a different project with Dave. I called him up. He took the shit and ran with it. And yeah, you kind of want to describe like how basically just on the very like general sense, like you went from a college dropout or just a college student at first when I first called you to making $200K a year.
Yeah, so like Brady said, we were working on a project together, and we were consistently going viral. Like getting the views is not the hard part, and we were really comfortable in front of the camera. But when I found out, like Brady called me and told me, hey, create some new accounts, fresh accounts, doesn't matter. And I have this deal that a brand wants to pay, X amount of dollars per video. And I was like, okay, well, like, what's the catch? And, we went to the contract, and it was like, oh no, like you just post and you get paid with a fresh account. So like, yeah, I pretty much, like Brady said, ran with it. I started stacking my deals, and now, yeah, got myself at 200K a year just off of UGC deals.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and that's not even including like the agency and the clients we work with every day. I would say too, like I think the deal was like it was like what, like 30 for like 700. It was like $700 for like 30 videos,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, like Dave was pretty much all over it, and what he realized right away was, okay, like you don't need any technical skills to be good at this, but you need to be better than everyone else. And you want to explain how basically Dave didn't just go from 200K like a random person, right? Obviously, it's easy to get into UGC, you don't need experience, you don't need views, you don't need followers, right? And you can make videos, get paid. But the way Dave moved up so fucking fast and changed his life like that is literally because, I mean, I guess the way you approach it and like the content and the quality, man, that's literally what you're working on now, if you want to explain that.
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, I was already, like I optimized my setup right away. So I chose the same place to film all of my videos from. I optimized my setup. I got some LED lights. I got some good lighting for my face. I got a tripod, right? The simple stuff. And then I obviously, started making the videos, and I filmed on high quality settings to make sure the videos were really good. And I practiced just talking in front of the camera. Before, like I was not really doing this that much. And got really comfortable with the camera. I would say within like 2 days. It was like that. I was just pumping out videos. I was making like 15 to 30 videos a day. And I was so comfortable that I was doing all those videos within the span of like 2 to 3 hours and posting everything then.
Then right away, did you just hit like 10K a month? Like you were going hard, like balls to the wall, or just 10K a month?
Yeah, so I think I finished my first month out with 12 deals, and some of those deals required like posting, more than one video a day just for one single deal. So I was making around 12K a month after my first 30 days.
And then you had like an account that literally recently got banned. Like it was again going so viral, but that build with Dave's account, it was like a top 100 account on SideShift, right?
Yeah, so within, I believe it was my first 2 months, like I topped out at the leaderboard at the top 20th creator on SideShift. And right before that account got banned, it had 16,000 followers, consistently going viral. Every video was getting thousands and thousands of views, and the brand treated me like an asset, like they babied me. And they were super respectful to me. They always bumped my pay every month because I was just always hitting these new accolades.
Yeah, and that brand basically was like the first brand I threw him on. And basically, if anything, like I feel like you had a mindset of like, yo, I'm gonna do this. First of all, you realize it paid right away, but then like you were like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm basically gonna be the best at it. Like, is that kind of like all you really needed, or like was it something else?
Yeah, so I almost was like kind of in disbelief, right? The money, I was filming the videos and I posted the videos and the money started coming in. So I was almost like, okay, wow, it really is this easy. How much easier can it be if I was more efficient, if I was just the best on camera, if I had the best setup? And I scaled myself, I scaled my efficiency, I scaled my deals, I scaled my contracts to higher, rates of negotiating with the brands, and I took off. Like it was, it was nothing I've ever tried, right? Like we've tried other stuff in social media. I used to try, trading, crypto, stuff like that. And this is like the most actual thing that was consistent and dependable.
Yeah, no, it's so interesting because literally like, I remember calling Dave up and I was like, yo, like you can negotiate deals, yo, like only like don't try to get on all these deals super quick until you go viral. Dude literally went viral in the first 48 hours because he was like so determined to do that, then to start printing right away. I guess like, what was like the mindset like though going into this? Like how hungry were you? Like were you like hurting before you dropped out, or what made you? I mean, because like most creators, I feel like they are able to hit like 5K, 3K months right away, but like you had something else, and that's why like you're running this whole operation with me. Like you had something like else right away. Like what was like that fire from? Was anything going on, or what was life looking like?
100%. Like I was kind of, down because we were like, when we were working on our previous social media project, like we weren't making money. We were going viral.
Yeah.
We were working our ass off. We never made money from it. And, I was down about myself because like I knew I was good at it, and I just knew I could somehow monetize this. And when this deal came about, like I was paying my own rent at school, but also slaving away at classes and just trying to just get by. My GPA, I literally left school with a 2.5 GPA.
Yeah.
Not that, I don't know what you can really do with that, but I was super unmotivated. I felt like shit. And I was paying my rent and I was barely getting by month to month, let alone just being able to feed myself and shit. Like, so it was crazy. And then, I started just hopping on these deals, and like I got the fuck out of school and I moved myself to a high-rise apartment in downtown Dallas, and just been hungry ever since.
Yeah, and like that framework was literally so good. I had to bring Dave on, and actually now he helps like literally help with the content for every single creator we onboard. We've helped like 30 creators, almost earned like $250,000 total. I think by the end of the year we should be on track for like $1 million. And like that's like literally a key part of it, like content quality, guys. You can't just kind of hop on these deals. I think what Dave realized, and like he's like one of the people, you gotta remember like he was a top 100 creator out of 1 million creators on Touch. There's literally 1 million people. He ranked top 20. And I think he realized right away, is like, hey, like, I'm not gonna be able to sustain it. I'm not gonna be able to make a lot of money unless I actually apply myself and get really good at this. Even though it is simple, you can make money right away, right? He realized like, if I do get really good at this skill, I'll be able to scale my income so quick. And like, it didn't even take him that long. I mean, how much time did it even take to get that good?
It was within a week, because I didn't even know where to really start. I was given a list of formats. I copied them and I just became the best at each format, whether it was a talking head format or just like tutorial text on screen style formats. And I just did those formats that were already proven to go viral, and I just became the best at it, right? I didn't innovate any sort of new formats or anything. I didn't invent any new sort of social media.
Yeah. No, you had a couple formats. You had like the macho format. There's a couple iconic videos, I feel.
Yeah,
like.
there is, yeah.
Like the oh my god, like he's like one of the people who push that super hard, and you still see reels like that. So that's definitely huge. I guess like in terms of like beforehand, so like I know like we were working on a previous startup like One Buzz, you can look it up. And it was social media. We were going super fucking viral, right? But the only way we got paid was gambling. We didn't want to sell out. And like the one payout we got was like $2,500 over the course of 5 months. And you were able to make that right away. I guess like how did it feel when you got the first like 12 bands payout? Because you know how like, it takes like 30 days to get paid out. Like how was it feeling when you got the 12 bands?
Dude, it was such a relief. When I cleared, even before the 12, when I cleared $8,000, I dropped out of school, and then I immediately started looking for apartments and calling management companies to get a new apartment, a nice place that'll elevate my content that much more. So it just was, it was emotional. Like I almost, was crying because I saw my bank account hit like a new all-time high, basically, like something that it's just never been at. And for it to be happening when I was, just falling out in school, and also before I even was like, I just turned 21 at the time. So like I felt like I was obviously so ahead of like all my other peers, not to like flaunt myself, but it just like, it was a different experience. It really was, to see all that come in that quickly. And my work reflected that. I was hungry.
Yeah, no, definitely give you some moxie. Remember like a year ago we were talking about like, yo, like I really want to like, we were talking about just like basically the internet money lifestyle, right? Like how the fuck can we start printing money online and like only working those like 2 to 3 hours days, like have like the unemployed, like do the content and stuff like that. And now it's kind of all coming together for us. Would you say like, once you start getting those payouts where you finally feel like, holy shit, like that's actually happening. It's like a year later, I mean, I look at it, I'm like, holy shit, I'm finally getting paid from the shit. It's because of UGC.
Right. Like again, we were always mastering it. Like we were just consistently going viral. Views, like people get this whole thing where it's like, oh, like he has a bunch of views, he probably makes a lot of money on social media. Like a lot of content creators are broke. Like I'm gonna be so for real. We made connections, and like the connections we made weren't even that crazy. They just did content like us, and they were just as broke as us. So like it was, it was like scavenging little deals, brand deals here and there that we could get on before, and now that we're just making these fresh accounts and doing videos for brands, 30 to 45 to 60 batch videos. It's so much easier. You're guaranteed. You sign a contract. It's legal binding, and there's like no other catch than that, really.
Yeah.
It's just simple.
Yeah, I want to go back for a sec. So like me and Dave, like in high school, we'd get like fried. We have like lacrosse practice. We'd get in trouble, like, mess around, like fuck with people. A lot of like trolling people, or, like any other kids, like who would just like kind of fuck around. But like we just like pull up to his house, smoke a fuck ton of weed, and then just geek for like 2 or 3 hours, right? Do you think even in high school when we were like, even like pretty much blazing like pretty much every day, like smoking every day, like you had that huge ass blowtorch, like when you were like that, like door dashing, shit like that, and like we basically just broke, like working hourly. If you worked at Ace Hardware, right?
Yeah.
I was working at Walmart. Like, do you think like if we had that opportunity then, like we'd be even like it would be even crazier, right?
If I probably wouldn't have gone to college at all if I discovered that in high school, or if that was even a thing. It's crazy. I would have probably just been a complete different person, because I probably would have quit weed. I probably would have just moved out. Like before graduating high school, I probably could have even had my own apartment or car.
Dude, yeah, like it almost like pisses me off because we could have lived the lifestyle, like I get all like the material, have all that stuff so much sooner if like UGC is around, because like I just feel like with UGC it's like very input output. Like what I put in, if I'm really good at it, if I make a certain amount of videos, I'm gonna hit 12, 15, 20K a month. That's a fuck ton for someone who's 18.
Oh yeah, it's life-changing. It's literally life-changing money, as it did for me after I was even 18. When I was in college at 21 years old, it literally changed my life. And I will never go back. I now realize what it takes, and there will never be a time where like I will find myself like what I used to live.
Yeah, do you think too, like, so like obviously too, like we basically took, like Dave's one of the reasons, like, right, I wanted to help a lot of other kids get into UGC, because not only it changed my life, me and him were really good friends, it changed his right away. And just like the basic frameworks we created like went so well, we were able to like scale them so quick. Do you think like when we put on like, someone like, we put on like 31-year-old moms, guys, it's not rocket science. We had like 31-year-old moms like quit their jobs. You think like when you quit your job, you're divorced and you have 3 kids, like, and you do that, like it's an even more insane feeling than what we're just like talking about pretty much.
Yeah, when you have so much on the line, an opportunity like this I could even only imagine how much it would actually mean to someone in a situation like that. And like I said, like I was down to like, I was taking out of my savings. I was basically using credit cards, not necessarily screwing my whole life over, but I was like pretty much down to my last like $1,000 or $2,000 trying to make ends meet every single month. So it's like,
yeah,
it was a blessing, honestly.
Yeah, so imagine that with like 3 kids too. That's fucked. So I feel like One thing too, I feel like especially for guys like us, we definitely like attract more of an audience that's like maybe like 18 to like 25-year-old males, right? And like I feel like just for some reason a lot of people our age, like they just give too much of a fuck. We never really cared, but like that's a big holdback for a lot of people. It's like, oh, is someone gonna see me? Like I have no followers, I have no experience, right? Like if you were to talk to someone new getting into this, like is there any reason to be embarrassed about this shit at all? I mean, other than like getting the huge payouts, like that's great, but like is there any reason to be embarrassed to start?
No, there's no reason to be embarrassed to start because if you're setting up brand new accounts that have no followers, right? So like this has no attachment to maybe like your personal Instagram account that you use to follow like your friends at school or your friends just in life. It's a fresh account. They give you the formats that they want you to use in the scripting and everything. So there's no really skill like barrier either. So I don't think really like those objections, like people, those are more excuses, like if anything, I feel like that people make, and that don't matter because you can all like, you're not making like these crazy videos that are like ruining your image too. Like these are professional, like marketing videos technically. Like you can put this on your resume that you generated this kind of volume for these brands.
I would say too, like we like deal with creators every day, right? And like I feel like 99% of what we see is like it's not that people like it's a little mix of both. It's like one, like you're not investing in yourself enough, and what I mean by that is like you're not investing in yourself. Like you're afraid to hop on the campaign because you're afraid to go on camera, right? Like that's one way not to invest in yourself.
Right.
You're not investing in your setup. Your setup shit. Like this is a good area, good lighting, good background. Like you might be filming in your grandma's basement, like that. Like literally spend $100-$200 because that. I mean, like it happened for you. You invested in your setup first week, and you got the $12,000. And I think the last thing we just tell people all the time, and I hate to like put it on YouTube too, and it's like it's so real. It's like just like don't be a fucking pussy.
Yeah,
like, I feel like a lot of people just are being a pussy in the sense of like you're not taking on enough. You're not realizing the opportunity you have in front of you. Like go balls to the wall with shit. Like, that's the one thing that you did so well.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like people like hop on 2 deals and then they make it like their life and they're like, oh, I'm so stressed out. Like, no, just, copy the viral proven formats, just get good at it, and be repetitive, get into a good routine, make sure you're taking care of your health, your mindset, your mental health, pretty much not rocket science like Brady is preaching. Like, you are handed everything basically over to you on a silver platter, no skill entry barrier. There's no, you're not using your like Instagram, like I said. So it's like, yeah.
I feel like too, like it's so easy to get into this, but like I guess one last thing too, a couple last things I want to tap into is like when you describe like this opportunity that me and you like obviously taking advantage of and obviously like change our lives, right? Like clearing like adult income and much more to come.
Yeah.
Like would you explain like the window to get in this is kind of tight, like in terms of like this is like a gold rush, right? We see the industry changing all the time, but like if you're watching this, like you would advise to like I guess like at least me, I would advise to start today because I feel like so many people want to get into it. Like now's the time, and it's never going to pay more. And like it's like kind of like the content economy. It's like the rich get rich, the poor get poor. And now's the time to jump that gap.
100%, I agree because like the industry is always going to be pivoting, and I think that if you get some deals and past deals under your belt, you'll be able to establish yourself in UGC very, very easily. And as like the mediocre and people who are always on the edge will get washed out as time goes on, and there will be obviously a still growing marketplace for people who have experience and are actually already established in this space, instead of just like these people that are just trying to get in the space and pay as little as possible because prices are going to go up for these types of things like as time goes on. It's just
just like 2 things. It's like literally like it's going to be like handed to you. Like just literally start and then like just don't be pussy. Go all the way like just like Dave did. You saw how hungry he was, but like it's life changing like that quick. And it's like I can't express that enough. I feel like the last thing that I want to ask too is like basically if you were to give any like last advice to sum it up to someone just getting this or interested in it right now, right? Like they're like, I want a UGC, I'm not sure XYZ, they haven't really decided yet, but they are into internet money like us. Like they don't want to work 9 to 5. Like how would you answer that question?
Right. So if you're not making, if you want to make even a 5K month just to start, or you want to start making 10, 15, 20K months, what is stopping you first of all, right? So what excuses are you making for yourself that you're not already doing it, and what steps have you even taken to try and achieve those goals? Because if you're not taking, proactive steps and something that you're interested in and something you haven't tried, then you're not putting any sort of foot forward. So I think it's time to stop contemplating and making excuses and to actually just put your foot in the door, try out a deal or two and get really good, and then after a week, see how you go, and then go crazy, right? Just make as much money as possible. There's no limit.
That's solid. I mean, that's the literal blueprint. We've helped we're almost at 50 plus creators, get to those 5, 10, 15, 20K months and on track to help earn over $1 million within the next year altogether, which is insane. So yeah, I think this is a bunch of sauce. I mean, the crazy part about this too is you can even attest for it too. 2 hours a day can get you to 5K months. 3 to 4 hours a day can get you to 10 to 15K.
So easily, and obviously we kind of you and I had to navigate that stuff when this whole thing was just kind of coming about. But we really took our experience and made it so much better for everyone in the community. I think we can place them on deals like that, right? It's not that's not the problem. It's we just want people who are committed and hungry.
Yeah, it's all about the people. Honestly, there's if you're a person like us, like me or David are describing, the last thing I'd say is there's so little of us and there's such a need from brands. There's so much demand from brands. Brands are asking us every day for people like us. It just, are they out there? Do they want to commit themselves? That simple. And would you agree with that?
100%. There's almost a creator shortage right now. Not enough people are doing it, and as time goes on, like I said, prices are going to become inflated, and we're going to position everyone that we that we see fit and we see who's hungry to make sure that they're riding that wave along as those prices go up for creators, and get paid more and more and more. So
exactly,
no limit to this.
But yeah, I think that was a banger. I think that was a ton of sauce for y'all. Dave's come up is fucking crazy. Fastest probably growing creator. Almost probably one of the fastest guys in the space in terms of earnings. I feel like you just wanted it so bad, and you were able to earnings and views. You were able to rip so fast, which is actually insane. But yeah, bro, thanks for coming through.
Absolutely.
And we will see y'all soon. If you join up, we'll be working with you.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, that's it.
All right, peace.